Well, Luke, it's a pretty devastating way to lose a game of football, and especially after what had been a quite quiet second half of football.
Yeah, I thought the game was dull. I've got to be honest. The second half, especially, I felt it was a non-event. Obviously, I've got wind at Havant. We're losing 2-1, so I said to Kieran, stay at home for the last 2 minutes. Let's take a point. Let's try and get a 10-point buffer with 4 to play. And the manner in which we conceded the second was criminal. I thought the manner in which we conceded the first was poor. The delivery from Charlie Cooper was nowhere near good enough. We then don't organise the breakdown. We go back to our goalkeeper who shanks the ball into their player, put Dimitrori down the right-hand side, and we don't go and assess that and try and nullify the ball from source, and they go and get a lead through Harry Buteman. And yeah, the second, you've got 30 seconds on the clock, and surely the minute that ball goes out, you are alert, you're ready, you're organising yourself and others to make sure you don't concede a goal. But I don't see an energy, I don't see an urgency to that, and I've not seen it back. My first impression was we walked back into our start positions. Obviously Idris has then gone short, Mark Rickett's gone to join him, which isn't his role, but he's obviously seen as a 2v1 in their favour, and we don't go and support Mark Rickett's in delivering on his man to Mark, and Craig Eastman comes in at the back post and puts it in the back of the net on the 94th minute. So, frustrating. Shabu has a chance in the first half, Rowson has a chance in the first half, sloppy. Don't put them to the sword, and I've got to be honest, we've had conversations with him all week about not being ruthless enough in training. Don't hit the back of the net, there's no repetition, and no disrespect, you earn your crust, you deliver on your trade when you're out there on the Astro, and when it comes to opportunities like that, they have to put them to the sword, and unfortunately today we didn't do that.
There were question marks over the corner from the players, and they just didn't seem to react, did they?
It was a nailed-on corner. I tried a little bit of kidology to the referee to try and make out it come back off, I think Harry Buteman or Eastman, whoever it was, and yeah, like I said, my first impression is that they walked back, they didn't get themselves in their start positions. I've got a goalkeeper in George Legg that has no responsibility when it becomes a corner. Other people have got to do zones, other people have got to mark men, and he should be barking orders. The back of his neck should stand on end, the hairs on the back of his neck should stand on end, and he should be organising and barking people into shape, because fundamentally you've got 30 seconds on the clock and you should come away with keeping the unbeaten run going. You go Solihull, you go Garrard, and you go Sutton, regardless of their league position. They've done ever so well this year, and they've had a high turnover of players. To stay unbeaten in them 3 games would have been positive going into the game against Hemel on Tuesday.
It's a game of football we seem to control, and we seem to have managed pretty well up until that point.
Yeah, I don't think we created an opportunity second half. I felt we created 2 or 3. Kieran Murtaugh's chance, if it goes either side, he's probably hit it too clean. Shabu goes through on goal, he's got a, I think, score, in my opinion. I think Raleigh goes through, score. Second half, yeah, I don't think we delivered on any opportunities in and around the box, so nor did they. Did they cause us many threats? Not really. We were probably the downfall of our own mistakes, and yeah, I don't see a team giving us the opportunities that we give oppositions, and that's something that is probably, I've said on a regular basis coming into this room.
Nice combination move for that first goal, great ball from Femi Lasami, and then a superb strike from Ricky Shakes.
I thought both of them were very good today. I felt Dave Stevens was colossal at the back. He was instrumental at winning big headers against Torre, big headers against Kearney, and then Brett Williams comes on. I thought he was, again, big and strong on that. Femi was probably down the side. Second half, he gets an opportunity to run Bollarima again. He chooses to come inside. I don't get it after having the joy of going down the outside and crossing the ball in the box. So, yeah, I thought they combined ever so well. And the finish from Shakes, he was probably the toughest out of all 3, Raleigh and Justin Shabu. But look, we've lost a game of football in the 94th minute. I've got a bit of taste in my mouth, and yeah, I'm frustrated at 5 o'clock this evening.
How do you get round the lads and make sure that they don't shut off in those final few minutes of the game, that they push on again from here?
It's happened too many times. I look at Dagenham here when you're 2-0 up in the FA Cup. I look at Dagenham away when you're 3-0 up and you can see goals, silly goals, and then filed away on the 88th minute you can see 2 goals, and into that again. So it's happening too often. How can I get into players? It should become a natural thing. We work on it, relentless in training. We speak about habits, organising people, getting it done, get yourself in your positions to defend. And yeah, the second goal is awful, and I thought Dobson's ball back in was was world class, because he put it straight in line with him and he dug something out and put it on the money for Craig Eastman. So unfortunately it's landed to Dobson. Unfortunate Craig Eastman's unmarked inside the box, and unfortunately we haven't come away with a point.
I know exactly what you're going to tell me, and it's not going to be any consolation to you right now, but haven't lost today does aid us, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the problem is, I keep having to go, how did Haven get on? How did Aldershot get on? We need to get our own house in order. I'm not being funny. There's too many opportunities this year that we can get out of it and we don't deliver on it. It's so annoying on my part, so annoying that every time there's a pressure game, we don't deliver. Every time there's an opportunity of us to make it a larger gap and to have a little bit more breathing space, we don't deliver. And for me, yeah, it's the biggest frustration of the season. And Haven't losing, okay, yeah, not a problem, but for me, we need to make sure our house is in order. We need to make sure that we're delivering on what we're doing. And we go to Harrogate next week. I know we've got Hemel in between, but we go to Harrogate on Saturday. We're fighting to get in the playoffs, and they've just gone and done Havant. It's not going to be easy. Havant go to Solihull. Solihull are fighting for the playoffs, but we're right in it. We're still right in it, and you know, I don't really want to keep going. How they getting on? How they getting on? I just want to win a game of football.
Hearts Senior Cup clash with Hemel does perhaps provide us with a welcome break from the league. Is that a chance for a few players to impress?
Well, they need to. I'm not being funny. Keep knocking on the door. It's doing me head in. Go and deliver. Go and deliver. You keep saying, why not playing? What do I need to do? Got a big game against Hemel on Tuesday evening. It's a game that I want to win and progressing. We got Hemel, and then the winners of that play Cheshunt in the semi-final with the opportunity of playing St Albans in the final. So I want to retain our title. I want to make sure we're winning the Hearts Senior Cup. And on Tuesday evening, I'll be putting out a side to do so. And if you're given an opportunity and you have a luxury of pulling on your shirt, make sure you deliver on your performance, because you have an opportunity to get yourself in the starting 11 against Harrogate.
Another bit of silverware under your name, another bit of silverware under the club's name. It'd certainly be very pleasing. I think the fans need to get down here, don't they, and make sure they support us in the cup game on Tuesday.
It is. I think the Hearts Senior Cup's quite an illustrious cup. I think an opportunity of winning it. We've been in the final 3 years back against Hitchin. Unfortunate to lose that at Cheshunt. We then beat Royston at Hemel on last year, and we have the opportunity to get to a final again, beating Hemel and beating Cheshunt first. I've seen Hemel 3 or 4 times this year. He's got a great side. Joe Dean is doing a fantastic job there, and you think they're going to turn up here and roll over and die? No, they're going to come here because they're 7-8 mile up the road and they're going to want to beat us. So I'm going to put a team out that I want to win a game of football, and I'll make it extremely apparent to the players that are putting a shirt on, you're playing for your shirt on Saturday against Harrogate.